So my name is Rachel Wolfe-Goldsmith. I'm a multidisciplinary artist focusing on large-scale murals, fine art paintings, and I'm also the creative director for the Bay Area Mural Program. The composition is based on Lady Liberty Leads the People, which is a classical European painting from the French Revolution. And I wanted to see that kind of inspired by the things that Kehinde Wiley does with those traditional European styles of flipping them and remixing them and making them our own. And so that powerful position of the person, coming out of the battle smoke, leading all of these people forward into this new revolution. I wanted to bring that spirit, but with Oakland energy, right? I selected 2 models who are local Oakland natives. One of them actually works at youth radio. And so I chose people who are about the same age as like a mentor and one of the youth would be. I chose for the leader of the mural to be a non-binary person, who's actually a person who's in transition right now. So I wanted to see representation of non-gender conforming folks up on a wall. I think that's really important. That was kind of my thinking behind that, and then just representing the revolution and the movement forward, having one of the characters extending her hand out, kind of welcoming you to come with into this new paradigm.
So yeah, Rachel reached out to me on some fluke stuff, just like, hey, like, I want you to be my muse. And like, at first I was like, okay, this sounds cool, but then to realize that it was gonna be like this big, I'm like, oh, like, I'm 30 feet tall. I think the art itself shows strength and diversity. Not only is it Black people on a giant wall, but it really does show the different types of complexities that we can be. Me being a Black woman and Yanni being a queer trans person, it really, it really just shows how much society has grown, especially where we live in Oakland, and also just where it's going, where we're going forward as a people. Out of all the conversations that I've had about the mural, I think the biggest topic is about the fact that we're being given our flowers now, and like we're alive. Like we don't have to be, we don't have to transition in order for us to be on a wall, or in order for us to be noticed or recognized about the things that we are, influencing. So I think that it's, I think it's important. I think it's very important that young people and people that are really out here making things happen are being recognized, and to do it in this way is just so dope. So yeah.
When I look at this mural, I see myself. When everybody look at the mural, they see me, and they see Stony, and they say this beautiful work that Rachel did. But outside of me seeing me, when I look at the mural, I see generations that were before me who are looking at this moment like this is history right here, right? We've got a gender non-conforming person, we got a Black woman, and they're leading the revolution, and that is who's leading the revolution right now, right? And so just to be in the middle of downtown Oakland and to see a trans person on the building, and it's highlighted and it's obvious, and the pronouns are on the shirt and the fist is raised, my ancestors are happy. I could never imagine my entire life seeing a mural with a Black trans person on it in the middle of downtown where everybody sees it. You can't miss this mural if you're in downtown Oakland. This is there are no words, like there are so many people who needed that. I get messages every day still. I mean, it's been a few months of people telling me like, it was so amazing to see this. Like there's finally representation for trans people, for non-binary people. I've never seen anything like this. Like, and people with their kids who are identifying as trans to see that. It's a mark, like we are here, and we are not going nowhere. Nowhere, like literally. There are so many of us, and it's our time to like really exist and to live in our truth. So like you can do that. I'm from Oakland. Would I ever imagine seeing a 40-foot mural of me? No. Would I ever imagine seeing a Black trans person in 40 feet on a mural? No. But it's there, and we exist, and our stories need to be told. People need to hear us. so when people see that, I want them to know that you can be heard, you can be seen, and you will be. I'm gonna keep fighting. So we're out there, so you see me, so you see you. I'm gonna keep fighting. It don't stop. I was just talking to my uncle about this, and I was like, I'm a Malcolm of my generation. I got a little Martin in me, but I'm a Malcolm, I'm a fighter, you know? And so, yeah, you could do anything you wanna do. You can be anybody you wanna be, and you can live authentically as yourself. And they want us to be afraid, but don't live in fear. Don't live in fear.
I think that we have the opportunity as large-scale muralists to subvert our ideas about where people are supposed to belong. So taking up this space in downtown Oakland where we see being rapidly gentrified, where I come down here, I used to live here 9 years ago, and I don't know who are these people who are walking around. What are they doing? They're obviously not involved in the culture or in nurturing what Oakland is and what has always made Oakland great. From my perspective, like, this is a thing that's bringing joy to so many people in a time where joy is scarce, in a time where people are super stressed out and they're feeling disempowered, and you look online and you see another person getting killed by police and you see another thing going on. And when you step outside, there's this thing happening where there's real people out in the streets putting these images out there. You know, we're playing music, we're creating a space where people come through and they talk. And people are crying and people are sharing this energy. So it's like, it feels like the thing that is making this place somewhere where you still want to be, even though there's all this devastation happening, yet we can't get any funding to make it real. You know, it's like, if there were a couple million of that police budget just going to the arts, we would be able to fund so many people, like so many projects, and so many people would be able to take off and really thrive and continue. Like, starving artists doesn't have to be real, right? So we can break that down if there's funding for it and if there's support. So I think we have this opportunity to put these images in people's faces that changes the psychology of where people belong. So when you're a youth and you grow up seeing images of yourself represented and you see your people represented, you know that that space is yours, you know?